When you're hungry, you're not going to let 5,000 feet of mountain get in your way. And if it tries, that's what our lineup of exceptionally capable, available all-wheel drive SUVs is for. After all, we take this pretty seriously. The SUVs and the dinner.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
Well, the Corny Countdown continues here from center court in the center of the Corn and Cornhole universe, the Field of Dreams movie site, the American Cornhole Organization. Go the Distance Festival. We've already crowned a Corny 40 Classic champion in Caleb Hurt, who will be playing with his brother, Isaac Hurt, here in just a little while in the Dream Team Invitational Doubles Championships, a $25,000 purse for this one. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. Philip Barnett, the Mississippi Ninja. We are ready to let the bags fly in the second semifinal.
Absolutely, and we have Gary Bearpaw making another appearance here on center court, and he has the partner that didn't show up in Cedar Rapids with him, Joseph Factor, who is his normal partner, and Gavin Kirk stepped in for him. I guess he couldn't make the Worlds either, and Gavin got a chance to go to the World and finish second.
Yes, he did.
But this is his regular partner who starts off with 3 bags. Down the center, as Duke is off just a little bit, Justin Duke. These guys play out of my area, Tennessee, and that was a nice bag by Joseph Factor.
And Joseph and Gary play out of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
They take first blood out of the blue lane, the higher seed, 4-0 early on. Again, this is going to be another best of 3, and the winner for their trouble faces off against the Hurt Locker. It's going to be Isaac and Caleb Hurt.
Yeah, and so far the Hurts have been on a different level than everybody else. I don't think they've been beaten yet, to be honest with you. I don't know what they did out in the wind, but up here they have not been beaten.
No, and you mentioned out in the wind, we've had an outdoor tournament throughout the week, 4 qualifiers. We've had Corny 40 Classic qualifying and the bracket run outside. We've also had all of today's activities qualifying inside and outside with the higher seeds here on center court, as you would imagine, on the stream in the what I'm calling the Field of Streams, which we will continue to repost for you on our YouTube channel. But the wind has been a factor. Yesterday, more so in the morning. Today we had a little bit of rain, and then it dried out. But now the humidity has taken over outside, so fortunately we run everything else here inside the barn. And while the humidity was a factor outside, Joseph is the factor inside, able to pull the first 4 points for Gary and Joseph. But they add another 2, does Gary, and so 6-0 is Cannon Hatcher. Nice enough to add those points for Gary. And we took a little bit of a timeout between matches because a little sunspot erupted and showed itself up there. And it looks more pronounced on the camera than it does in here. But we did tell Gary if it is bothering him to let us know. We'll take a timeout and we'll hold off and let it come and go. But I think the way the western sun is working, it should work its way above his head. Now, we do encourage the players, if there is something that's an issue visually or bothering them or something other than taking the beam out of a barn, to let us know.
We don't think we can do that.
No, I
don't want to sit here if we do anyway.
I believe that was very high on the list of things not to do once we got here. But I love the fact that these players are able to play in such a unique center court. They're throwing the IMF coverts and the B3 Cornhole Mach 2s throughout the course of the day, inside and outside. And thrilled to have those 2 bag companies as partners here for the Choose Your Weapon program on center court. We had great partners all the way through, OTT, Lucky's, and a whole bunch of others. We had pitch bags, and I'll get the entire list in front of me here so we can say the proper thank yous before all is said and done. But I know Blueprint Bags, Alpha Cornhole, TC Boards, and 724 Bagger Company. As I mentioned, Lucky's and Pitch and Killer Bees and then Basement Bags Cornhole, all part of that Choose Your Weapon program. And I think all the players had a great time having an opportunity to get a feel for all the different styles and lines of bags that are out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's got a chance to play with all kind of bags this week. Maybe find one they like.
I think some may have discovered some new favorites. Absolutely. And this is a nice way to finish there. That 8-bagger draws no blood.
And how about this? Now you're a Cannon Hatcher. You know, and you pick up with Justin Duke. He's played some ACO events, and all of a sudden you look over across from you and you got one of the best players in the world standing next to you. And so far, he hadn't shown any intimidation.
Nope, he's standing right next to I think the number 6 horseshoe thrower in the world right there, and Gary Bearpaw. And, Justin, if you recall, I think early on in the season when we were down in Panama City Beach, I think that's where he took all sorts of hardware home. And he really has a great game when he gets dialed in. Joseph very methodical about his pitch. He doesn't take a long time to overthink it. Justin finishes nicely there. They're going to put a couple up on the board.
Justin won the Tupelo Major, if I'm correct.
I believe you are correct.
He won the Panama City Major with Doug Parker.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, and
I think he had to have help.
That game late at night. Yeah.
I think he had to have help getting out to his car with all of his trophies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he and Douglas Parker, they took doubles, and then Tupelo, it was Justin Duke did take singles.
Yeah, so my memory is good at certain things.
Look at you. Look at you. What'd you have for lunch?
I ain't had anything yet. We're talking about I've been snacking.
No idea. Nice bag right there.
Yeah.
All right, so Gary's keeping an eye on things.
Nice bag. Boy, he throws that flat, rotating bag.
Yeah, Cannon leaves his bag sitting around back of the board, so he's just a one bag at a time kind of pitcher, and he's got one off to the left side, so Gary, as he typically will do, will own the middle and finish that off, and they'll pick up a couple right there to add to that 6 count. So we're looking at 8 on 2 now, a snowman in the middle of a cornfield. It's been happening all weekend long.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, when it gets back down here to Gary and Cannon, you listen to the sound of the boards, the different bag. It's how flat Cannon's bag is. And Gary's, we've always said it's not that flat, but it's very effective.
Yeah. And it is a thunderous sound when it hits, especially these wood boards on this wood floor in this wood barn. There is
just a wash, and this is 8-2. Though.
A definite, resonance to the ear in this room versus any other room. A lot of times we're in these big convention centers, and you're just not getting that same kind of big thump to the chest that you get when you hear these bags. I mean, you're right.
Listen to the difference in these bags right here. Oh, he tried to throw a block, but
sounds like a cannon going off. Maybe that's why they call him Cannon.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually his given name. And he might try to roll one here. He's got a decent roll bag.
We haven't seen a lot of roll bags. We saw Isaac pull one off a little while ago. That's what he went in there. Gave it a good run, but
I'm going to tell you, Gary's locked in. He's 4-bagging away right here. Oh, and this could be 6. If Cannon can't somehow get that bag to come back, because Gary is in a groove.
I don't know. He wants to take a look at it. Does Justin? I think if he just hits it hard enough, just come in hard in an upper right, he should be able to take at least another one with him.
Oh, and that is 8. And they double their score, go from 8 to 16.
16 on 2, and they just looked like they were glued together. It pulled it over to him.
Yeah, let's hope that don't bother Cannon. Come back the next time.
It's funny. I think I met Cannon in Tupelo, and
nice young man.
He came up to me here and he said, "Hey, how are you, Finn?" I said, "I'm doing great, man. How are you?" And he goes, "You don't remember me, do you?" And I said, I do. We've met. And then I thought he'd go, "Oh, cool. Okay." He goes, "Where?" I'm like,
"Thanks, kid.
Remember that place where we met? I was there." He said, "Oh, right on. You remember?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "What's my name?" And I'm like, "It'll come to me any minute, but just remind me in case." He said, "It's Cannon." I said, "Cannon, buddy. Remember when we met that place at that time?" And he starts laughing.
Yeah.
He said, "It's nice to see you again, sir." And I'm like, "Oh, God." That was the meanest thing he said to me.
Nice. Oh,
man.
Got a wash out of that.
Yep.
Logan Tyler says, Childers says, Oklahoma guys getting it, and they are so far in this match.
Yeah, the legend Don Bailey back on board. Glad to have those of you who are watching, whether you're watching on the Facebook stream or maybe embedded in the AmericanCornhole.com home page, boy, it does hit with a fury when it does.
It's so flat. And Gary sounds like it's a pillow hit.
It does
compared to it.
By comparison,
Yeah.
it does. It's a whisper.
Oh, and this could put them at 20. And Gary's not going to pull the foot off the gas.
No.
I can tell you that right now.
No.
He don't care who's sitting over there.
And I don't mean this disrespectfully, but I think he might be taking a nap right now.
Oh, and this could be the game.
Because I think he does this in his sleep to this
he
level.
does.
Unbelievable. Boom,
There
right
it
up
is.
the middle.
Just another four-bagger by Gary Bearpaw.
Oh, man. Oh, boy, and then it just makes it
That's one to nothing.
even worse, and that's going to take it down, what was that, 21 to, I don't even remember now the other score. I was looking at, I think, 21-2 was the final there, game one. These guys are going to go ahead and switch sides. Interesting, we haven't seen this happen yet.
No, it's first time all weekend. And I guess he could ask for a down and back. I mean, if he wanted to, we wouldn't care.
Well, that's totally up to them. The gentlemen's game open up to men and women, so if they want to do that, they're going to go ahead and swap out that first pitch, and they're going to go
I think they're starting, and I would have asked for it. If I'm Justin and Cannon, I might say, hey, let's do one down and back and then start it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I almost wonder if Cannon said I'd feel better if I was throwing inside arm, and he just said, yep, let's go ahead and just make the switch. And Justin says, we'll get it done. We'll make it happen.
Yeah. Winner of this goes on to play the championship against the Hurts.
Hurt Locker is going to be open for business.
Yeah, and we saw Bearpaw and Caleb Hurt in the finals yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Of the Corny 40 Challenge. Nice bag there by Cannon Hatcher.
Coming in. He came in low. That came out of his hand really low. I'm not surprised by that in the least. So Gary's going to collect his bags. Justin collects his bags. 1 point up for the lower seed of Duke and Hatcher.
Yeah, and looks like Cannon's mom's tuning in, Amy. Let's see if Justin might throw a few blocks here to try to slow down the slide game of Gary Bearpaw.
And I wonder if that's exactly why they did that, because Justin felt like he had a better understanding of how to play that defense if necessary.
And there was an attempt at a block, and it went wayward. But he's only going to give up 2 here. He's already punching it in the scoreboard because Gary throws just another 4-bagger.
That is pretty good that he reached around and put the points up before Gary even threw them.
I mean,
I'm sure there's a rule about that, but
God, he's a machine.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good sportsmanship right there. That's pretty funny.
I mean, I don't think he's missed a bag since yesterday.
Since 2004.
Yeah. And he is steady putting them in the hole. I'd like to see Cannon smiling here, too. Had a big smile on his face when he was ready to throw that bag.
Whole time he's been here.
Yeah. He's having fun. Hey.
Oh, nice bag right there by Joseph.
I tell you what, and they're still very capable of pulling a win out of here.
You know, and it's interesting, as hard as that bag comes in and hits the board, the fact that it still has any momentum left, it's not downward force, and it will move it forward is pretty crazy.
I mean, this sounds like we got bags going from upstairs
above
us. Yeah.
Sounds like Cannon Fire. I think maybe that might be a bag name for
there
him.
You go. Perfect. That's what they'll name the Cannon Fire.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, IMF B3 Cornhole, you guys fight for that one. Go get him. Cannon Fire bags. I just want my usual 90% finder's fee on the name.
That's right.
That's it.
I'm still trying to get royals from Fear the Fro. You know what I mean?
Fear the Fro. That's great. Sebastian Barger, of course, the little fro in question.
Yeah.
He was more concerned with how his hair looked in all the group photos this weekend.
I cannot see Sebastian worrying about his hair. And Gary throws just another 4-bagger.
I'm starting to wonder if maybe
Justin just asked him, are you going to miss one? He said, and you know what he said? I'm going to try not to.
Try not to, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if we can just loop this audio and just say,
just another
Gary Bearpaw 4-bagger, and then we can go take a break.
He is not missing, that's for sure.
I've got a Charlie horse in my tongue. But I went over and saw the medic here on site, and they said put some beer on it. So
You got it?
I went to the pharmacy and got a Miller
I
Lite.
heard that. Appreciate you thinking about your buddy who's got the same thing going on.
Well, they didn't have anything that fixes what ails you, brother. What a shot.
Oh, nice shot
It's a
by
great
Joseph
airmail.
Factor stepping up.
Really good. And we haven't, it's funny because the airmail is I think, the most exciting shot, obviously, in Cornhole, but we just haven't seen them like we normally see them because of the way this is all laid out. It's pretty crazy. It's interesting, too, Luke says, is Bearpaw part robot. We've talked about that. He's so methodical and mechanical in his pitch. It's just nuts. Oh boy.
Wow.
A loss off the back there, unexpected.
Had a chance to score, and it got away from him, and he gave it one.
Thanks again to our friends. I made mention of Miller Lite and Coors Light and Vizzy. They were here, and our friends from Line and Kugel.
And Gary throws the first one down the center in the hole.
Now see what you did.
Look at that. The block worked, and Justin Duke walked off and said, he's checking to make sure the bag is off the board.
Cannon through his Cannon. I think he thinks they won the game. If they force him off the back, it's an instant win.
Yeah.
Alan answered, "Can we find the kid an ACO shirt? We didn't have any small enough."
Absolutely.
He's a really nice young man and
Yes,
very
he
nondescript. He's just here to have a good time.
Absolutely.
He's not wound up in all the jersey business or whatnot. But I have a feeling he's going to be earning quite a few jerseys over
and look
the
at
coming
this.
years. Look at Justin.
This is a chance for Justin to get 6.
Going to go low and
And he
push him
did it.
through, and he does it. How about that? Nicely done. So 9-on-1 becomes 9-on-7 as they fight their way back to try to even this out and go to a game 3, which would be apropos here on center court here in the barn. Yes, we are the Field of Dreams movie side. Been here since Wednesday getting set up and prepped. Thanks to Andy, the Field of Dreams farmer, for getting everything set up and looking great in here. We dressed this building like it's never been dressed before, and I think the good news and the bad news is that everybody here loves it, which means you're going to have to do it a lot more for other events.
Oh, yeah.
I will tell you something else I've noticed about the local crew here for the Field of Dreams. The guys are sitting over the photographers, the social media guys. I think there's a certain part of them where they're sitting around saying, how can people sit around and play cornhole this long 3 days in a row? It's impossible. They can't. And why are other people just sitting and watching them play?
Yeah.
Because we've talked about it. The only two things. Oh, what a shot. That's coming. It's going to drop.
Yeah, but that was, the regular bag, his probably regular bag would have dripped right in the hole.
It didn't drop. And, we're not seeing as much of that. You're right. So there's a point being left here and there that we don't even know about, and see Anita Bearpaw sitting over there just kind of taking it all in stride, checking her watch about, hey, Gary, let's we got dinner reservations. Let's do
Can
this.
you just throw another 4-bagger, Gary? As Justin tries to block, sometimes when you try to block, you
Look at that.
have put the bag out of play. But it actually worked last round.
I think Gary's decided, the best way
just-
to stop this nonsense,
just
I'm just
run
going to
through it.
push them all in. Thanks. I'll go ahead and do that.
Oh.
Thank you. Oh. Now he's going to make Justin return the favor.
So Justin's going to try to get around here. But he took Gary in.
I love it. Amy Hatcher said, hey, Alan, he has an ACO Tennessee State Championship jersey, but he's been playing outside all day, so he took it off. I don't know if that's so not to stink up the room or it was just too damn hot.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Hey, as long as you throw the bags in the hole like this kid can,
Yep.
who cares what kind of shirt he's got on? How about
That's
that?
right. Yeah. We talked about the homemade ACO-Pro jersey that turned into a real jersey a little
Absolutely.
while ago.
Absolutely. We could get your marker fin and go out there and ACO-Pro.
Fix him right up.
Absolutely. I thought he should have marketed those shirts.
Yeah. He'd have to split the proceeds with Haynes and Sharpie.
Absolutely, and Frank.
And Frank. Yeah. Oh, goodness. That's a nice finish by Joseph, who we haven't really spent a lot of time talking about his game because he's standing across from the automaton that is Gary Bearpaw. But I'll tell you, Joseph just steps up and very, very quietly gets the business done as well.
Yeah, he hadn't said a word to anybody. You know, I stood beside him there a minute ago, and I said, "Do you look?" When I was trying to get back over here, I said, "Do you think I was playing defense?" And he just looked at me and smiled.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Well, he's over there hiding behind the beam and the corn stalks right now, so we don't talk about him.
But he is.
Oh, nice airmail.
Nice. And Justin Duke has one of the best airmails in the game.
Nice.
Yep.
Go ahead and help everything leak in. And we're starting to see as these bags break in a little bit more, these coverts from IMF, that we're seeing a little bit more.
Nice. There you go. Grab you a
that?
couple
What
points,
shot.
Justin.
What an airmail shot. But we're starting to see them break in. And I think we talked about the fact that those B3 Cornhole Mach 2s were perfect outside in the wind and the weather.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think that's why you're starting to see all these Zuka bags filled with multiple different styles and lines of bags that everybody's carrying around, because now your cornhole bag carrier has become your golf bag.
Absolutely.
You got to figure out what club you're going to use for what shot.
But you can make that Zuka awful heavy. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, and good luck at the airport.
Yeah.
They might want to take a look at every inch of that.
Hey, I
bag.
tell you what, I don't know if you've been through the airport with any bags. It is an experience sometimes.
I tried it with one set of bags, and they said, "Sir, we don't think there's anything wrong. It's just you shouldn't be allowed to have them. We're going to be confiscating them
There you go.
so that you don't accidentally play." Oh, that's a nice bag right up the middle to finish. But Joseph, if he does what he's been doing, is going to do exactly that.
Another
Nicely done.
4-bagger by the team of Bearpaw and Factor. Not again.
A little bit of a little tremor just came through on
Absolutely. There was one when I fell out of that golf cart yesterday, too.
Well, I'll be honest with you, partner. You were very lucky that didn't end up worse for the wear right there.
You know, my driver's playing in this game,
I
too.
do know that.
By the way.
Some revenge will be exacted at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, we've had an interesting time setting up this room. I mean, there are so many factors, no pun intended, that we don't normally. Oh, boy, he tried to get up and shoot it again.
That's going to be it.
And that is going to do it. That's going to wrap it up. 21-9 follows a 21-2. Bearpaw Factor moved to the finals of the Dream Team Invitational Finals. And I'll tell you what, nicely done. I'll tell you what, Cannon, great game. Justin, great game.
Great
We're going to
run.
let these guys. It was a great run to get to the semifinal. They're going to go grab their check as part of that $25,000 guaranteed purse. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to let these guys get their final warm-up, tosses in, and then we're going to come back and we're going to crown our inaugural Dream Team Invitational Finals champions here live from center court in the barn at the Field of Dreams movie site here, courtesy of Kia, Finn & Kia, Molson Coors, and so many more, including Hampton Farms on the ACO Digital Network.
When you're hungry, you're not going to let 5,000 feet of mountain get in your way. And if it tries, that's what our lineup of exceptionally capable, available all-wheel drive SUVs is for. After all, we take this pretty seriously. The SUVs and the dinner.
Miller Lite has more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra.